Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in tonight's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on the new MCU movie which just came out today, and I just got back from seeing it with my dad and Uncle Charles at Flagship Cinemas in West Ocean City, Maryland, the same movie theater where I went and saw Lisa Frankenstein earlier this year in February. And this MCU movie review is on Deadpool and Wolverine. Yep. These these four are tickets to the movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. So, Deadpool and Wolverine is the third installment in the Deadpool film trilogy, and unlike the first two Deadpool films, Deadpool and Wolverine is set in the MCU. And yeah, so in the film, like the TVA, the TVA from Loki, from the show Loki, the TVA pulls Deadpool from his quiet life and sets him on a mission to save his universe, partnering with a reluctant Wolverine from another universe in the process. And of course, we knew in the trailers, this Wolverine's not the same one that got killed off at the end of Logan from 2017. Because this one's actually a variant of the Wolverine and basically, Hugh Jackman reprised his role as Wolverine in this film. And pretty much like Deadpool and Wade Wilson, he has to do whatever he can to try and save his universe from getting disintegrated forever. So, yeah, I mean, I can't really talk about this movie too much because I really don't want to spoil anything. So, the best way I can say about this whole movie, like I was really anticipating this movie a lot because I know there was and I can see how a lot of people out there have really been praising and anticipating this movie. And even earlier this year, I actually rewatched the first two Deadpool films, and the first two Deadpools are still awesome and hilarious. And I also rewatched Logan recently, which is still one of the best superhero movies, and it proves that not all superhero films are just for kids. Yeah. And so what I like about Deadpool and Wolverine is that it does have an interesting concept for a third installment of the Deadpool trilogy, and how this movie is actually set in the MCU rather than the X-Men universe that 20th Century Fox used to do, which was like before Disney bought Fox like 5 years ago in 2019. And yeah, and of course of course the script for this movie had to be rewritten. It had to be rewritten for the MCU. And I know the MCU has been facing a lot of hit or misses recently. I mean, last year was kind of an okay year for the MCU, but two of their last year's releases didn't do well, except for one, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I actually love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And but I gotta say, Deadpool and Wolverine was actually the best MCU movie since Spider-Man No Way Home from 2021. Yeah, I gotta say that. And yes, I also love Black Panther Wakanda Forever as well. And 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 what I also like about Deadpool and Wolverine is that first of all, it's actually R-rated too, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing because Deadpool is meant to be R-rated because he's meant to be like explicit and hilarious in like some sort of like a swearing explicit way that's aimed towards adults, and it's it doesn't really need to be PG-13 because there's no way Deadpool Wolverine would be PG-13 rated because this movie's R-rated and they had to keep the R rating. And yeah. And I gotta say, Deadpool and Wolverine is also one of my new favorite movies of the year. Yeah, this movie was awesome. It was hilarious, and yeah. And I gotta say, Sean Levi's direction was actually great. This movie is actually the third collaboration that Ryan Reynolds and Sean Levi worked on together. The previous two films were Free Guy and The Adam Project. Yeah, and I gotta say, the performances between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, that they were both great in the film together. And oh yeah, and also make sure to stay for the after credits scene as well, because Every MCU movie has an after credits scenes, except for three of them. Three of them didn't really have after credits scenes, like the Incredible Hulk and Avengers Endgame and the Marvels. I gotta say, this movie was actually even better than the Marvels. The Marvels, which I saw in theaters by myself last year when I had a cold, because it was like cold flu season last year. It goes like this every year. And yeah, and overall, Deadpool and Wolverine, I enjoyed a lot from this movie. My uncle Charles loved it, and my dad loved it too. It was awesome. And yeah, and like I said, I can't really talk about this movie too much because I really don't want to spoil anything. So yeah. So overall, Deadpool and Wolverine was an awesome movie in the MCU, and like I said, one of my all-time favorite movies of the year for so far, and the best MCU movie since Spider-Man No Way Home. And I'm gonna give Spider-Man No Way Home 5 out of 5 stars. I know some of you guys out there have been rating this movie 4.5 out of 5, but you know what? I don't care. This is a perfect movie. I gave it 5 out of 5, and my Uncle Charles predicted it actually. So there you have it. If you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet, then I say I highly recommend checking it out. I bet it's good. Sorry about that, guys. I had to let my French bulldog Louis out. So yeah. As I was saying, I highly recommend checking out Deadpool and Wolverine. I can probably tell it's gonna make a whole lot of money, and it already grossed $100 million, and I bet this movie's gonna do super well. So like I said, if you haven't seen it yet, go out and see it for yourself. I highly recommend it. Alright guys, there you have it. And that's going to be it for my movie review on Deadpool and Wolverine. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.